Hey, hey, hey. How's everyone doing? The antisocial socialite back at it again. I'm not in the kitchen. Today I am walking, honey. I'm walking. No, I'm joking. Yesterday was my day off, so I'm back to work today. Boo. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so when I get to running my mouth, that's MOUF, baby. MOUF. You are in on the action. You see the title, you know what time it is. Ladies, you say you want a black man, but you don't listen to black men. The title's self-explanatory, I don't need to go into it too much. You see, back in the day, at the end of every, session at the store or, in a restaurant, in a supermarket, you get that annoying person who always comes up to you and says, "How was your experience? Can you put something in the suggestions box?" I mean, it must have got so bad that no one wanted to do it, that they tried to incentivize people with, like, if you give a comment, maybe you'll get a prize or something. This was the original cookie system before the age of the internet. The little box with the comments, complaints, and suggestions. Today, obviously, things have moved on, but some things don't change. These people don't love you because they love your opinion so much. They want you to tell them where they can improve so they can streamline their business to increase their sales. You see, all right, this might sound a bit harsh. I don't want to always throw black people under the bus, but, no one can do you like your own. Let's be real. The only reason why these people care for you is because they want your cash, okay? They want to do everything possible to increase the chances of getting your money from your pocket into their tills or your electronic currency from your debit card, okay? Whatever it's going to take to get money, that's what they are going to promote. This is how successful businesses are run, providing services to people so that they keep coming back. There's no emotion, there's no feeling, it's not about love and romance. I mean, obviously, if you care about your job, it helps because you're going to do it to the best of your ability, but you're not doing it because of some romantic feeling or just some kind of overly emotional set of decisions. You're doing it because you're trying to receive a desired outcome. Black women understand this concept in every other area except for when it comes to getting a man. So why I gotta lose weight? Why I gotta look like this? Why I gotta do that? What do you mean you don't want to take me and my kids? What do you... It's like, how, if you are gonna build a business, your attitude would be better suited for the business than your relationship. Because, they say customers always right. Customers not always right. Sometimes you can, if you're a business person and you're listening to this, don't take my foolish advice. But sometimes businesses are like, you're not right, excuse me, if you're unhappy, you take your business somewhere else. This is why certain places, the caliber of the customer is so high, because the people have high standards and high expectations. They're not afraid to lose your business because their reputation is so good they'll get other business. It's a bit different when you're talking about a relationship between two human beings who are independent individuals. A relationship is supposed to be mutually beneficial. You're both supposed to enjoy each other and benefit from this relationship. But if it's all one-sided, where it's like, I'm the queen, I'm the princess, I'm the I'm the empress, I need this, I need that. If you ask a woman, what do you want in a man? It's almost like a scroll comes out. He's got to be this tall, and he needs to have this much money. I saw this stupid post on, I can't remember where it was now, social media. It's like, name one petty thing that would stop you from being with a man in a relationship. And I'm thinking to myself, if you know that it's petty, why would you let it stop you in a relationship? It doesn't make any sense to lose a good partner over something that's not important. But every single day, black women are picking the minutest of things to complain about instead of understanding there's three categories. Like, if I was giving advice to somebody about relationship, what I would say to them is divide your list, your long laundry list into three. Like, get a piece of paper. I literally said that to somebody, get a piece of paper. And you need to write in the first column, like, things you cannot budge on. Like, if you have certain religious requirements, if, you have certain habits or certain things that really you would never be able to deal with, like, never ever. Obviously, it's going to take a degree of self-reflection because you need to know yourself before you can make such a list, all right? Then the next thing is, like, important, preferable, but not essential. So, I think Arsenal's the greatest football team. For those of you who are in America, you're the only place that calls it soccer, really. But okay, for the sake of the Americans watching, soccer team in the world. But if my partner liked a different team, the world's not coming to an end. It's almost in the third category, which is meh, not really important, it doesn't really affect me, you do you, I'll do me. When you start to look at the relationship as a merger and more critically, as opposed to all fairies and butterflies and rainbows and romance, you're going to realize what's really important. Because when you're in that honeymoon phase, that initial phase of a relationship, everything the person does is cute. And you convince yourself, I can live with this or that. But a time will come when you realize, I can't cope with this anymore. The little things that I used to think were cute and endearing or manageable and bearable just become unbearable. Okay? And you need to understand yourself and that from early so that you don't waste your time over investing in a relationship that has no future. This is why a lot of people that have been together for years, as soon as they get married, they divorce. Those problems were there all along. But because they didn't want to address those problems, or they assumed those problems would just go away if you got married, instead of things getting better, the pressure of being married made them worse. Okay? So it's important as a woman for you to know yourself and to understand that if you're going to approach a relationship, be logical, not just emotional about the situation. Be honest with yourself, okay? So that you can be honest with your man. But on the flip side, you need to be receptive to men being honest with you. Because a man is not a robot, he's not a doll, he's not a servant, he's not a toy, he's not a boy. He has preferences. And if you have demands, you also have to be open to being demanded of. You can't just be like, I need you to have this much money, I need you to be this tall, I need you to have this complexion, I need you to have this, Oh my God. I wanted to do a video on this of its own, but I don't know how I can do it without the copyright. I watched this show called My 600-Pound Life. And the show that I particularly wanted to talk about was a black lady. She'd always been overweight. And she helped her sister take on her sister's kids because the sister was having problems with her man and she needed someone to take care of her children. She then had 2 more of her own. So this woman, as a single woman, is raising 5 kids. After the surgery, she starts to lose weight and she's starting to get her life in order. And then friends started to ask her, what about a man? Here, oh, I need a man with no kids, honey, because I got 5 of my own. I shit you not. I don't know what I threw at the TV. I think I blacked out at that point. I was so flabbergasted. I literally was like jaw on the ground styling. You, a woman who is past your prime, with all due respect, you are still like over 400 pounds in weight, single mother with 5 kids, have the cheek to turn around and say, I need a man with no children? And I said, this is the plight and this is the mindset of a lot of black women. They have a lot of demands, a lot of high and unreasonable expectations. But what they're bringing to the table, they cannot match it. And this is why so many black men are annoyed, because instead of being stubborn or arrogant about what you think you deserve, you have to think about what the man needs. If that man is going to go and pay all the bills, if that man is going to go and completely fund your lifestyle, is it so hard to give him what he wants and needs in return? Because as a man, he has needs. Oh, sorry, had to hop on the bus there, so I had to put everybody on hold for 5 seconds. So yeah, if the man is paying all of the bills, if he's doing his, he's taking up his responsibility as he should as a man, because as a man, he has to get a sense of purpose in his life. And working, being creative, being productive, taking care of his family is something that is essential to his nature. This is why a lot of men, when they become sick and they can't take care of their family, or they get made redundant, they become quite depressed, because work is part of their nature. But what men don't like is their efforts not being appreciated and just basically being taken for granted, because no one wants to do anything like for somebody else and to never feel like it's recognized. So yes, that's what you should do as a man, but at the same time, he shouldn't be taken for granted. If that man is a good man doing what he's supposed to do, it's not hard, or it shouldn't be hard for you as a woman to cater to your man. And if he has certain likes and preferences, or if men in general say, these are the overarching problems that we have with our women, instead of coming together and fighting about why they haven't got the right to like what they like, why can't you just give them what they like? I mean, okay, you have a lot of men talking about weave, for example. Most men have never said anything to me about weave when I used to wear it. But they say, I prefer you when you don't. Okay? A lot of men don't say anything about weight, like, oh my God, you're so big. Because it's become a norm in our community that people are plus size. I don't want to say it, but I've got to say it. It's normal. And if you think it's not normal, just look how you're represented as a black woman on TV. You're either overweight, you've got a bad attitude, you've got a resting bitch face, you're overly masculine, you're 1 or 3 or 4. I mean, you name it. The way that you are stereotypically presented in the media is a reflection of what people outside see. And we co-sign these images about ourselves, which is also a problem. But a lot of black men, they'll date a woman who's not extremely slender and petite. So this notion that men just want this or that is just not true. Every man has his preference. There are some men that don't want a slim woman. But just because you have some men out here who like plus size women doesn't mean everybody has to just go and be obese. If you're not going to slim down for your man's preference, do it for yourself. That's the first person you should do it for, because you've got to carry that body around. It's got to last you as long as you live. So not losing the weight, not eating healthy, not taking good care of your personal health is only affecting you before it affects anybody else. But some women will be like, no. They're elevating the Lonely Loves and the Lizzos and all these overweight black women. And that's my next video. These black celebrities, these black females, these black YouTube content creators, they're not your friend. They're trying to twist your mind and poison your mind so that you continue to go in a direction that is going to make you undesirable to your own men. Because when I look at the guys who post pictures of women abroad, they're not dating twigs. They're not dating the underweights and the anorexics. They're dating beautiful, curvy women from other races who have the gorgeous body that these men want, but they also have the demeanor. And again, it's to do with the upbringing. We watch our mothers have bad attitude. We watch our mothers disrespecting men. We see our mothers dating lots of different guys or talking to us like we're shit. And we get so used to this that we think this is normal and acceptable. When we talk to all our friends, they're going through a similar thing. So we end up thinking this is the acceptable way to carry ourselves, and this is how we end up not being able to compete with other races of women. You know, our mothers put us on a back foot when it comes to our men, because they're so into us a negative mindset towards ourselves and our men. You know, since I got into the manosphere, I took my weight loss much more seriously. I was in a better financial position to be able to do so, but I realized slimming is not really that hard, because if you eat the right foods, that's 90% of the battle, literally. Most of weight loss is to do with what we're eating and how we eat. It's not even exercise. And as soon as people who haven't seen me for a while, black women, see I've slimmed down a little bit, or make sure you don't lose too much. Why would you not want me to lose too much? I'm getting old. As my ability to move around and be active is starting to decline, things are only going to get worse for me. So when you turn around and say, don't lose any more or don't go too far, you're not helping me. You're low-key killing me. And I have a friend, you know, she's always cooking and, you know, a flat share. And it grated on me so much that one day I turned around and I said to her, I'm not going to let you kill me with food. I refuse. And she said to me, don't say that, don't say that. I said, yes. When you're putting excessive amounts of food on my plate, you're tempting me. When you're giving me things I told you I'm trying to avoid because you know I like it, you're killing me. You claim you're helping me, but what you're really doing is sabotaging my efforts and trying to discourage me from losing the weight. So people need to understand that sometimes people are enablers. They want you to continue in your dysfunction so that they can have company in their dysfunction. Or they get a satisfaction from doing something that they feel like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a thrill or a kick for them. But you're that guinea pig that they are sabotaging in the long run. Mothers do it to their own daughters. When you don't teach your daughter how to eat right, to value exercise, to have good hygiene, to have a good attitude, you have basically broken that child so that they cannot go into the world and have a functioning relationship. And then afterwards, the cycle of the mother is going to manifest in the daughter, because this is what she's witnessed and this is how she's been programmed to function. She's programmed to function dysfunctionally, you know. And until we address this issue of black women failing their children and not adequately equipping them to go forward in life, we're going to continue to see a breakdown in the black community. This is why black men, I get so annoyed when black women say all black men do is complain about black women. We as women, we are in the midst of a situation looking out. And because we're in the middle of that situation, we cannot see how severe the situation is. You are not a black man trying to date black women. Even women who date other women, I hear, will tell you how challenging it is to deal with women. And this is why, if we're intellectually honest, a lot of black women say they don't have female friends. Because the cattiness, the competition, the bitching behind each other's back, a lot of women don't want to deal with that. So if you as a woman are going to struggle to deal with other women, how much more a man who is almost, like, in many respects the opposite to a woman? Things that, you think are fierce and cute, and, oh, I like to put these colours in my hair. I like to wear this, garish makeup. My eyelashes are so damn long, I'm tripping on them. My nails are extended to the point they look like dragon's claws, or it's like something out of freaking Lord of the Rings, I don't know. And your girlfriends are patting you on the back, telling you you look cute and fierce. You don't look fierce, you look frightening. You look high maintenance, you look like a stripper in a hole. And when you put that image out, that's the kind of men you're going to attract. Because when they see that you're so insecure that you've got to do all these things to yourself all the time, and I'm not saying never do your nails, never do your hair, go out looking like a hot mess, rocking the I was just dragged through the bushes look. I'm not saying go out untidy. But what all of those embellishments and enhancements says, it screams I'm insecure and unhappy with the way I look. And guys who know how to read women, they'll pick up on that. And they will exploit that because they understand you have a confidence issue or you have some image problem and you basically don't feel good in the way you naturally look. Black women need to get out of the mindset that black men are just complaining for complaining's sake. They're trying to tell you, like that restaurant asking for comments and suggestions, what it is going to take to make you desirable to your men. Not because they're trying to control you, but that's because this is what they actually find desirable. Not only is it what they find desirable, in the long term, it's what's best for you. Because do you want to work until you die? Do you want to get stuck in that rut where you don't want to go to work, but you haven't got a choice because you don't have a partner to build with? That you have children but no father for your children? Because that's what is going to be the fate of a lot of black women, because they continue to double and triple down when it comes to the things black men have to say instead of just flying that white flag. And of course, if you're not used to living with a man, or if you're not used to being in a functioning relationship, it's going to feel very awkward. Giving up that power, giving up that independence. But you're giving up to gain. You're not giving up to roll over and die. So that's all I have for this one. Sisters, it's time that we fly the white flag and we understand why black men say the things that they say, and understand that it's not about criticism, it's not about bashing, it's not about shaming, it's about teaching women that men have preferences and needs. They don't see the world the way you see the world. And if you're going to have a partnership that is mutually beneficial, mutually respectful, there has to be a two-way conversation, communication, understanding, respect and appreciation. I thank you so much for your time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.